It's that time of year again. Halloween is here and it really snuck up on me this year, so I only have one video for you. This year I decided to take a different approach. Last year I tried to do scary games, which I don't do very well. So this year I wanted to talk about a game that is not scary, but is Halloween themed. So let's get started. You start the game with your twin, and your mother has to decide who's going to be in charge, which this happens to be the mechanic for you selecting your character. Once the game starts, the primary goal is to go trick-or-treating. But very quickly, things go wrong, and your brother has been snatched away by gremlins who mistake him for a piece of candy, as he is dressed up as candy corn, which in my opinion is a lame costume. After your brother has been taken, you have to get him back before you get in trouble with your parents. In order to progress through the game, you have to collect candy from each house before the next area will open. However, some of the residents are kind people with candy, and others are just like the gremlins who took your brother. When you encounter the gremlins, you fall into a turn-based battle system, where your costume that you're wearing determines the abilities that you have. It is all time-based on how strong your attack is, and you better know your controller layout because defending with one of these 4 buttons is going to lessen the blow. Later on in the game, the ability to time the attacks and defense will be the difference between winning and losing. You can collect stamps that give you different perks, and throughout the game your party actually grows up to 3 characters, so you can build accordingly. Throughout the game in each level, you can either unlock costumes by either being given the costume for a particular activity or by collecting the pieces in the level in these like hidden coffins. Some costumes are required to progress through the game, like the ninja costume to put yourself in the shadows to sneak by people, to using the light beam with the spacesuit to move through darkness. Do you want a strong attack party, or balanced with attack, or defense, or healing? Along with the skill sets of the costumes, the stamps add another layer of strategy. Do you want a higher attack? Do you want to be able to heal after each attack? Some have unique perks like a chance of scaring an enemy away. The story unfolds with you chasing, let's call her a witch, who is running the operation. Later on, she even acknowledges that the kid she took isn't a piece of candy, but she doesn't care because she's just trying to meet a weight quota. I won't spoil the very end, but the last boss is the one who started all the chaos, and he was pretty much the only boss that gave me any issue throughout the entire game. I actually had to think of some strategy in order to beat him, so good luck. And now I want to talk about the pros. The game makes it so you do want to collect the costume pieces just to see what the new abilities are that you can use. I love seeing the costume change from a child costume to sometimes an epic transformation. My favorite was actually the pumpkin suit, which was really surprising to me, with the vampire being a close second. This game would be fun for people who like to collect things like the cards throughout the game. The game has humor and wit. From the dialogue-fitting, childlike wonder to sometimes having an underlying adult message to becoming a french fry and luring people to a guy's cart to sell them food. This game is full of charm, and it's a fun, casual game to play. The game does have some downfalls. Repetitive is the word that comes to mind almost every time I think of this game. I would recommend the game, but it's repetitive. Is the combat fun? Well, yeah, but it's repetitive. Need I go on? Some of the side quests are in each area just being slightly harder than the last area, like the bobbing for apples. You do this like 3 times throughout the game. By mid-game, the battles were more like work than fun, and unless I had new costumes, it really wasn't all that fun to just do it over and over again. Nothing really changed. At the times, this game did feel like work for me, and the primary reason I even wanted to finish this game is because I wanted to see how it ends. The story does have a unique charm to it, so pushing through I felt was worth it to me, but I probably will not replay this game in the future. I have tried playing this game in the past, and I do know It's a great alternative to scary games to get into the Halloween spirit, but it definitely has some flaws.
I just want to touch a little bit on difficulty.
I played this game on easy, and as someone who was trying to tear through the game, I would recommend medium or normal mode because I didn't really have a lot of the challenge. The easy was too easy, making it feel so much more tedious than fun.
So, would I recommend it?
I would recommend it if you're looking for a simple turn-based game with some collectathon tendencies. It goes on sale all the time, and you can currently get both Costume Quest 1 and 2 for $4.99. The game is beatable in like 4 to 5 hours, but if you try to collect everything, you can stretch it out to about 7 or 8. It's a nice change from the like shit your pants kind of games to play around Halloween. It's got that childhood charm, a balance between being a child and fantasy to adventure, coming to life through the animations and the battles. I have yet to play Costume Quest 2 other than probably the first 20 minutes or so, just out of curiosity. The graphics were better with a similar animation style. The story seems to be much more complicated, with time travel being the primary storyline to stop a dentist who is trying to get rid of candy and Halloween altogether. The battle mechanics, from my short time, was even more lackluster than the first game, with it being more simple, but maybe hopefully later in the game it does improve.
Thank you everybody who's been watching my videos. I appreciate all the support. This game is, I got mixed feelings about it, but ultimately if it's something that you guys end up having fun with, it is dirt cheap right now. It'd probably be a good game for some children as well. I enjoyed my time with it. I probably won't replay it in the future, but thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support, and happy Halloween.